Hey, I'm Dixon from Simplexity Games, and this is Driving Me Crazy. It's a fast, funny card game where you race all your friends to be the first one on holiday so that you can get the biggest bedroom. That is, unless somebody tries to stop you first. Shuffle the deck well. If the cards are sorted still from the previous game, you won't have much fun, because you'll just be playing distance card after distance card with no interaction. The base game is made up of distance cards and action cards. Distance cards are worth either 50 kilometers or 100 kilometers in distance. Blue action cards you play for yourself to help you get ahead, while red action cards you play on other players to try and hinder them in their own journey. The goal of the game? Be the first to hit exactly 1,000 kilometers. In games with 5 or more players, play to 700 kilometers. Whatever your goal, you can never go over it, or you'll be past your destination and somebody else will beat you in choosing the biggest bedroom. You start the game with 4 cards in your hand, but that's not a limit. You might have turns where you have more than 4 cards, and that's okay. Choose a starting player, like the last person to go on a long journey, and then take turns going clockwise. On your turn, you simply play a card, do its actions, if any, and then draw cards until you have 4 in your hand again. If you cannot play a card, or you don't want to for some reason, you can choose to discard instead. Here, there are also no limits. You can discard 1, 2, or 10 cards even. Just remember that you only draw new cards at the end of your turn until you have 4 in your hand. So if you have 10 cards and you throw away 3 of them, you're not going to get any new ones. If you end your turn with 4 or more cards, you do not draw any new ones. But Simplexity Games has the motto, simple rules, complex fun. Obviously, these rules are pretty simple, so where does the complex fun factor in? Easy. It's in how you combine your cards. Distance cards just get played in front of you, forming a sort of road so you know how far you've gone. But all of the action cards have symbols on them that refer to some small action. If you cannot perform an action, simply skip it and move on to the next. For example, the roundabout card allows you to drive around and around, so if you play this card on your turn, you can play 2 additional cards. With the GPS, you know exactly where you're going, so you can search the deck and draw 2 cards into your hand of your choice. A bus card represents people getting on and off the bus, so you can draw 3 new cards from the top of the deck and then play an additional card. A race car lets you draw a card and then play a distance card. And then you get to do it all over again as you speed ahead of the others. And the shortcut lets you soar over traffic, either resolving a red traffic card if someone has blocked you with one, or letting you play 2 distance cards. Keep in mind, this isn't any red card, only the traffic card. But those are just the helpful blue cards. The red cards give you a chance to slow down your opponents. A toll booth means that one of your opponents is going to have to pay 2 cards out of their hand into the discard pile. A U-turn means they have gone the wrong way and have to throw away the last 2 cards from their road. A stoplight makes them miss 2 turns, and a traffic card means they cannot play distance cards for 4 turns. That's usually a good time to block other people with red cards, or play blue cards to set up their hand for the future. These action cards get thrown into the discard pile when their effects are complete. But the stoplight and the traffic card have a symbol on them with a round arrow and a number. This is the number of turns they remain on the table. If you have one of these cards in front of you, at the end of your turn, rotate the card 90 degrees to keep track of how long it's been. Once you've turned it the right amount of times, don't remove it until the beginning of your next turn. Why? You can never play a red card on someone who already has a red card in front of them on the table. So, if you miss 2 turns and then remove the stoplight card too early, someone might block you again before you even get to play. Though the game might drive you crazy, it should still be fun. And that's really all you need to know about getting started with Driving Me Crazy. Start with 4 cards in your hand. On your turn, draw a card and do the actions, or discard any amount, and then draw back up until you have 4 cards in your hand. If you're ready to learn about some of the game variants, take a look at our other video.